Good morning and welcome to another episode of Feed Me Friday. I was thinking I have a few things to tell you guys this morning. Number one, my youngest daughter, Faith, went for some imaging last week and boy was that brutal. It was a fluoroscopy and she had to drink to drink contrast twice. And that was what was hard. She's still not talking. The nausea is so bad that she's still can't talk. And it was so bad while we were there. I mean, first we've got the car ride, which makes it bad. And then a lot of the testing she had to do standing up so that they could take the imaging, watching the contrast go through her system. And the standing, I mean, she's been laying down because she can't, she goes to the bathroom, she goes back and lays back down. That's how bad the nausea is. So she doesn't have hardly any muscle to help her stand, real well. And the doctor was saying, he's like, oh, I could see her heart pounding. She was really nervous. And I'm thinking, she wasn't nervous. It was her trying to deal with the situation. And that's why her heart was pounding so hard. But anyway, they got the test back and it was all, everything was fine. So we're moving on to the next test, which is going to be a endoscopy and a colonoscopy. So hopefully we can get that done quickly because, like I said, she's still not talking. There is something going on. I mean, it's been going on for a year and a half now, but it's shifted into worse in the last 3 weeks. So something definitely is getting worse, but they don't know what it is. Anyway, other thing, my oldest daughter is on board with the diet. She was doing it for a while. She lost 15 pounds. She got down to maybe about 145, but then just gradually started gaining it back because she brought carbs back. And she's like me. It's like, oh my goodness, I could just think of carbs and I could gain weight. But anyway, she wasn't happy with that. And one of the issues is she's not like me in that she feels bad when she eats certain food, physically bad. She doesn't have any effect from eating foods that, could be hurting her. So for her, the idea of doing the diet just to lose weight is not a great motivation. And I agree. This is why when I was doing Weight Watchers, I lost the 50 pounds, but it was so hard to stick with it. The deprivation, right? I was hungry all the time. Now for her, when she's on this diet, it's not that she's hungry all the time. It's just in her mind, well, the sweets taste better, So that's what she wants. She wants the carbs and the sweets. So anyway, she's ready to be on board now, and she's praying that God will help her find a better reason to be on the diet. Because she agrees. I mean, she said it's losing the weight is not enough. I need to have a better reason. So I was trying to help her out. It's when you gain weight, that I heard this somewhere. I can't remember who I heard it from. But when you start to gain weight, that's your body's way of trying to protect you from metabolic disease. That's the first step. So your system is trying to keep you from getting sick. Eventually, the sickness is going to come anyway because your system just can't handle it anymore. All right. I'm going to go wash my hands and get my coffee. I'll be back. This is mint chocolate chip coffee with a scoop of collagen, 2 tablespoons heavy cream, 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and a few dashes of salt. So, let's see. Next thing to share. Oh, so I was talking to my husband yesterday about cells glycating, right? And the thing is, I wonder about the idea of, I grilled about 20 pounds of beef yesterday, and when I put all the meat in a pan, to let it cool, There's this liquid in the bottom, and I don't like to get rid of that liquid because you throw it in with your steak, it tastes so good. Anyway, glycating. So, I was saying, like, I wondered if when a diabetic has, like, the dawn phenomenon, where their diet is on point, but their blood sugar is still high in the morning, does that cause glycation of the cells? And will that cause damage? Because my mom's had the dawn phenomenon, since we started. And, I mean, it can go as high as like 120 in the morning. So, I'm like, well, is that actually something to worry about, though? Because is it causing damage? Because her blood sugar, her A1C is fine. Her A1C is 4.7. So if the cells aren't glycated, what's going on there? So then my husband starts asking me a series of questions. And he's trying to help me think this through. He's like, well, how do you know that the glycated cells are causing damage? And I stopped. I'm like, I don't. And he said, it's just a theory. It's a theory that the glycated cells are what's causing damage. Now, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It's just you have to keep in mind that so much of this information is just a theory. So it makes sense that if the cells are being glycated, it's like the sugar is sticking to them, the sugar is being carried all around the body, and then that's how the damage is starting. But they can't watch it being damaged. Who's going to put a camera in the eye and watch as these glycated cells damage the eye? So I'm like, as he's talking to me about this, I'm like, this is one of those things. I forget about that sometimes, that a lot of medicine, it's not just medicine, a lot of science is theory. I remember years ago when I learned that plate tectonics, still a theory. They don't know it for sure. It has to be a theory because they cannot observe it happening. They observe effects, and then they say, well, this is what we think is happening. So, yeah, keep that in mind with anything in science. You have to be able to do repeated testing to prove that something is a fact, a scientific fact. And I can tell you right now, when we were homeschooling our kids, they would give us these science experiments to do. And so often we could not get the science experiment to work like what they had said. So it was not a repeatable experiment. And we would laugh about it because we're like, well, maybe today we'll be able to get this science experiment to work the way they say it's supposed to. Now, that wasn't true for all cases, but it's like you do have to keep that in mind for anything scientific, that it's theory, a lot of it's theory. And again, like I said, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that it's just a theory. They can't prove it. So, yeah. Let's see how much it says. $94 grams today. So that means I just need a little bit of butter to finish that out. Yep, perfect. All right, that is it. I'm gonna go have my breakfast. Here's lunch. This is some of the meat I grilled up yesterday, some salted sour cream. The combination is just so good. You guys have to try it sometime. And I eat this cold. I don't reheat it. And then coffee is, dang it, I can never remember. It's some kind of butter crunch. Something. Anyway, same additions as always. This is going to be dinner. I'm not showing my portion size, but you guys know it's going to be about 4 ounces or 100 grams. This is a beef ricotta bake. I will put a link in the description telling you how to make it. Well, the video in the description. I'm also making another meal over here. This is for my husband. This is his meaty weenies idea. So it's like ground beef, onions, and hot dogs. And yeah, that's what he's going to have. I'm not going to have this. Onions and me don't really get along very well. I can do a little bit of onion powder, but onions, no more. And hot dogs aren't that great for me either. So anyway, yeah, this is what is going to be for him. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. This video is brought to you by my faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, who has everything you need and nothing you don't. Bye-bye.